Yo, so guys, and welcome back to a brand new Hijomeatman news video. Today we're going to be talking about Jack Miller being a possible title contender, or an obvious title contender. Obviously, looking at his pre-season, it's gone pretty well. And honestly, if you look at last year, also Jack Miller was usually the best Ducati. He didn't end up being the best Ducati overall in the championship, but he was always up there fighting for the podiums and that when the others weren't. And honestly, I feel like in the full factory team, you know, with all that extra support and obviously factory support and factory kind of mechanics and people around him, you know, I think it's going to go pretty well for him. And obviously, if you look at pre-season, all the Ducati riders, honestly, they went really well. The new bike is working to perfection, I guess you could say, especially in the hands of Jack Miller. You know, he has talked about, you know, how he has, you know, so much more confidence now in the front end, which is a massive plus in MotoGP. It's probably, you know, one of the most important things, or even not the most important thing, you know, having confidence in the front end, you know, on the brakes, coming into corners, you know, trying to overtake someone or trying to be smooth and quick and, you know, trying to trail brake as late as you can, you know, stuff like that. It is obviously very important to have confidence. You know, obviously we saw Lorenzo, for example, on the Honda, you know, completely flop. He had no confidence in the front end. You know, Zarco on the KTM also. You know, we have seen riders which have switched to other bikes and their confidence has just gone out the window. But you know, Jack Miller's full of it in this test, and the new bike, honestly, I'm going to try and explain it in the best way possible, because, you know, obviously I'm not an aerodynamic professional or anything like that, but the new frame or aerodynamic piece on the Ducati bikes is pretty good. It's got like a little extra piece on the bottom, you know, as close to the bottom of the bike as possible, kind of thing. And it's basically to stop the front end of the bike, you know, coming up out of the corners. You know, so they've got all the winglets and the anti-wheelie and the electronics and that, but they're trying to do it with this to try and do it mechanically or as much mechanically as possible, and then obviously the electronics don't fiddle around with the engine all that much, and they can blast out the corners quicker if the, you know, the front end obviously staying nice and stuck to the ground mechanically. So that's the idea basically of that frame. And you know, obviously we know they have the best whole shot system. You know, Ducati, they always launch off the line and launch out of corners when the the rear end just shrinks and it all sinks down and gets compact, and they blast out the corners. And obviously with this new piece, you know, if it works as well as they're hoping for, obviously, you know, that could be the step forward, I guess you could say, that Ducati have needed to win a world championship. Obviously haven't won since 2007, and you know, this year good chance. They've got really good riders, you know, Jack Miller and Pecco Bagnaia, and then obviously in the other Ducati teams also, they're all going well. You know, Zarco is going to be one to look at for sure, and Jorge Martin, he's also surprising, and then obviously Luca Marini, Bastianini. I think they'll go well, they'll get points on that, but I feel like, you know, it'll be the Pramac and the factory Ducatis that we'll see at the front. But you know, Jack Miller obviously under the lap record in Qatar, and was very quick, very competitive there. I feel like, you know, he's definitely going to be one to watch out for in the race, along with Suzuki's and Yamahas. You know, they're all going to be pretty close. They always are in Qatar, honestly. You know, we see all the manufacturers you know, fighting for the win there. But you know, with the straight line speed they have, and the corner speed, and, you know, everything, and then, well, you know, the confidence of Jack Miller and that, you know, it's gonna be a pretty strong chance of a Ducati win, I feel. You know, Dovi obviously always kind of got the win, you know, always beat Marquez to the line, so we could see maybe a similar story just with Jack Miller on the bike, who knows. But you guys, make sure to leave it down in the comments. Do you think Jack Miller has a chance of being a title contender this year? I honestly feel like he does. The bike looks really good. It looks like a step forward for sure for Ducati. You know, we get to see if it works better kind of through the corners and that, you know, twisty tracks like Jerez and, you know, maybe Le Mans, or I don't know, you know, tracks with like lots of corners and less straights or longer straights. You know, Qatar, for example, the line is kind of halfway down, so you know, obviously the Ducati is obviously going to be the best bike, but sometimes they struggle to keep it. But you know, other tracks, Mugello and that, it's obvious that they're gonna absolutely destroy the competition. But you guys, make sure to leave down in the comments, leave a like and subscribe for more content as always, and I'll see you with some brand new videos very soon.